Is my mic on?
Is my mic on?
It is, lovely.
Great stuff, mate. Good to see you up there.
See, the issue is if I go over here, it's gonna get me on like an infinite loading screen. I have to try and. There we go. Now it will work because I'm actually connected. So now if I go over here, it will let me join. Yeah. Welcome in then to Tier 1 Season 12. We are at round 19 and we've got a big title showdown for this race and then also for the next race as well. First one out then is Danny in the Red Bull, sitting around 7th in the standings. But yeah, the main people to watch today will obviously be JJ. Oh, what's going on there? Yeah, JJ, Jaden, and also Frankie as well, because they're separated by 19 points. Oh, first one's Robin actually. Oh, a bit of a slide there on his outlap. He's just warm up the tyres, but I'm not sure if that's done him any good. I'm gonna get all of this on. So Logan's actually going for a bit of an inters banker lap. You do see people do that quite a bit. I know drifting like to do that quite a bit as well actually. Just see what the track's like, you know. But anyway, starting his lap now. First driver to start his lap will be Robin. Down into turn 1, straight down to 4th gear, back on the power. And just takes it nicely onto the curbs. Get the shortest line down into turn 5. Looking good so far. Just going to drain his battery all the way down, probably to about 30%, I'd say. Yeah, oh, look at that. Gets the car slowed down and then through the chicane. .51.8 for so far on his lap. Not too bad. I can't remember the pole time for yesterday in Tier 2, but I believe it was in the 22s, like a 22.7, something like that, or 22.4. I'm going to see anyway what Robin can do. He will be the first one to cross the line to set his time, and that is a 1:22.4. So if he raced yesterday, he would have been a pole. Next across the line will be Sam L, because Logan's invalidated. Into 5th. Now, unfortunately, Frankie's left the session. I don't have him on my friends list. I can't invite him, but hopefully someone will be able to get him in. Anyway, Sam will be crossing the line next to go second, only by a 10th, so it's not too bad. Now Danny might pick up a little slipstream off his car ahead, but it's not going to make much of a difference. The slipstream in this game is quite awful. But he might feel that dirty air going into sector 3. And he's definitely going to feel that bit. as the Williams finally does get out of the way. Currently provisional pole, actually, but obviously there'll be some quicker times coming in soon. Jaden then crossing the line next. He will definitely fancy his chances. Currently second in the championship. Obviously he's got a small gap to make up to JJ, but he will need to produce laps like that if he wants to get back at him. I'm going to go, yeah, this will be the next car. It will be JJ. So we've seen what his championship rival can do. What can JJ do on the end of his lap? Or a bit of a slide there into turn 16, the final turn, and that does only put him second. I say only, obviously second is still great, but does miss him out a bit compared to Jaden's banker, as Oren comes home P5. Nico is the only one on a lap at the minute. Gets the car slowed down nicely into the chicane, beautifully back onto the power, battery on, DRS. Chooses not to take some curb on the exit of turn 9. You do see a lot of drivers push it all the way to the end of it, but I guess it's a banger. Maybe on his laps later on he'll do it. Final turn, puts in P5. Not too bad. Anyone else on the lap? I don't think there is. JJ's out of fuel. Yeah, so everyone's in. Let's talk about the championship. Let's look at some of these standings and the gaps. So right now, after Mexico, which was last week, JJ is sitting in the championship lead with 292 points. Jaden just behind at 286. And then Frankie at 273. Now, this is one of 2 races that are left, so if Frankie wants to win, he does have a bit of a gap to make up. If, for example, if James outscores him by 6 points, then he'll be out. If James wants to become champion here, JJ wants to be champion at Abu Dhabi, he practically needs Jaden to DNF. Now I'm not saying go DNF or whatever, but that's what would need to be happen, because it's a 19-point gap, or not. He needs 19 points to outscore him enough. So it's unlikely the championship will be wrapped up this week, but it's definitely possible. So we just have to see what happens. There are some other little battles in the championship. You know, you have P5 with Nick and Red Fire Tiger. You've got also P10 with Alex. I'm not sure if they're all racing today, but either way. So close to invalidating there from Danny, but managed to keep a tyre onto the racetrack. I actually think Logan's on a lap. Hang on. Yeah, Logan's on a lap. Let's look at him first. Not yet set a lap, so it'd be good if he can get this one finished off nicely. Now he's in the sort of the tricky sector, I'd say, of the lap. It's definitely the one that requires the most patience, but turn 15, nice, and turn 16, also nice. So he's going to cross the line to come P6 for his banker. So obviously he's got time to go around again. You can go around again and just try set a better time. Maybe get P5 or P4. Depends how much time he can find, but let's see how much time Danny can find. Up into P2. Beating JJ by 22 hundredths. As he comes off the track to go back round. We've got Jaden going just a little bit slower. About half a tenth slower. Again, he's got time to go round if he wants to. And we have the Ferrari that spun around of Samuel Drake Lee. He's had a little bit of an incident, but I'm not sure if he's got wing damage. Let's have a look. He hasn't. His tyres are going to be pretty fucked though, so whether he has he got time to box again if he wants? I'm not sure. There's yellows in sector 2. I can't see how much time's left of the bit. So we see Jaden actually giving Nico, his teammate, a bit of a slipstream. That's very nice of him. Obviously, some team games, they could be crucial in the last 2 races. And he cuts the that's amazing. Cuts the track to give him even more of a slipstream. So we've seen team orders at McLaren all year in real life, but we've seen him in the game as well. Nothing changes. But yeah, let's see what Nico can do. He only needs a tenth to get to P4 for his banker. He should be able to get round again after this lap. Let's see, 5 minutes left. Oh, a bit scrappy on the exit there though. Would have lost him some time. And he comes into the pits, yeah. See, it's understandable if he probably wasn't going to make time after the little slide coming out of turn 14, but you know, it's what it is. JJ's invalidated. The only other person out on the track is Drifting, who's not going either. Uri is on an outlap. I'm a bit confused with Drifting. He's got 6% battery. I think he's on an in-lap, surely, because he's... I don't know, maybe not. Maybe he made a mistake on his last lap, but he's not got a lot of battery. He's in hot lap as well. And he's backed off. If he wants to go again, he does need to recharge that battery. I think he is trying to, at least. And he's doing a very good job. It's going up pretty quick. Hopefully he can get around again, but he is the only man on track at the minute, so we are going to watch him. I think maybe... See, if he boxes to recharge the battery, it's not going to... He won't get out in time, I don't think. I don't think there's enough time. But you won't be able to do a lap on 40%, it's just not enough. You need 100. Well, you're just going to miss out to everyone else, pretty much. Anyway, he's going to go for it again. So Drifting is the only guy on a lap right now. Starting it with 56%. It's not a lot, and he's invalidated. So Drifting will start P9. Well, it's going to be less than that. It's going to be P12, unless these guys make a mistake. Sam's retired from the session. I think that's him there. Yeah, it's the only Alpine. Sam's retired. He's maybe gone out on the wrong tyres, I assume. Yeah. Oh, Sam's spun again. On an outlap, so he should be okay. But first two cross the line to start their lap will be Robin, followed by Frankie, I believe. Yes. So we're going to watch Robin. Let's do it. It's currently P4. He needs about 3 tenths if he wants to close the gap to his teammate. But he has got people behind him as well that needs to make time up. Turn 1, down into turn 4. Goes off the track though. Does keep it legal. But, yeah. He got away with that quite lucky. Down into gear 3. Takes the hairpin nicely. Now he's just going to drain his battery all the way down to about 30%. And then drain again on the next straight. Gets the car slowed down pretty nicely. Across the line. Can he make time to his teammate? No, he doesn't. Next across the line will be Logan. No, he's got about 3 tenths if he wants to try and beat Nico. Not sure if he's got it or not. I hope he has. He hasn't, but he did make time up. So Uri's invalidated. What about the McLarens? Let's look at Jaden first. He's gonna see if he can extend his provisional pole time to come around to the final corner. Does he increase it? He does increase it by a little bit. Next will be Nico, who's invalidated. We've got Danny up next. Cross the line, P3 for him. Then we've got the Ferraris of Frankie first. JJ goes quickest. I just missed that. Crazy, wow. What can Frankie do? Only P5 for him, and then Sammy Drake Lee comes home to come 12th. Then Oren's the last across the line. I think, yeah, he's backed out of it, so that'll be your grid. I don't know how I missed the JJ pole, but does take it by 1/10 of a second. So JJ takes pole for Abu Dhabi for 1/10. Frankie down in 5th. He's going to need to make places up if he wants to stay in this championship fight. Jaden will be alright with P2. I mean, obviously you'd want pole, but it's not the end of the world if he's second to his rival, you know. It could be down here. So that's your grid then. The 2 championship rivals. Row 1, the Red Bulls looking at row 2, and then Frankie and Nico in row 3. Obviously, we can expect a dry race. It's just obvious, and yeah, it's dry. I'm curious to see what the strategies are going to be like. We did see yesterday in Tier 2, we saw a mix of 1 stops and 2 stops. I think the 1 stop was the winner of Square Giraffe. I believe he done a medium hard strategy, but we saw, you know, medium hard medium from like P2 for example. But we also did see other drivers doing the 1 stop really fall off. So we're going to see what these guys do. We're going to look at the tyres. So yeah, we do have a mix of mediums and hards. You can expect the medium guys to box maybe around like 13, 14. Depends how they're feeling. Yeah, this is going to be a good little battle off the line. We'll make sure to watch it. We're seeing Logan and Drifting having a little battle into turn 3. I'm not sure what happened. Oh, Sam's joined them as well. Alright, it's interesting. Back to the front anyway. Also, one to mention actually, I've not spoke about this yet, but the constructor standings are also they're still up for battle at the minute. Ferrari have beaten McLaren by 8 points. But I'd say, oh, there's Nico actually disqualifies from the formation lap. But I'd say McLaren are probably in the better position for the constructors, at least in this race, because depending on what Frankie can do, maybe if he can pull off a hard strategy to win the race, then, you know, like bravo. But he also needs Sam to come up for the Constructors' Championship. As they all slot into their grid position then. All looks good for now. And here we are then, Tier 1, Season 12, Round 19, Abu Dhabi, Championship, could be the Championship decider, and it's lights out and away we go. JJ gets a nice start, Union is also, just slots in behind him, into turn 1, all clean as Danny nearly taps the back of Union actually. We've got some position changes at the back, Uri making up places, Logan dropping places. The 2 Red Bulls are having a little scrap. Into turn 5. Still wheel to wheel. Robin gets slight contact there and he goes almost off the track. Allowing Nico to maybe get a little launch on him. But no, Robin's going to pull out to the side of the other Red Bull, of Danny. They're going to brake. Can they keep it clean and going wheel to wheel into the chicane? They've kept it clean enough so far. Danny almost pushes Robin off of the track. And again, they're just going wheel to wheel, banging wheels. You'd expect as teammates, you know, maybe they would just let one of them through, but this is allowing the perfect start for both JJ and Union that are going to both on a clean race. And they're going to get that at a minute because they've got a 1.3 second gap to P3. I've seen Sam L have a bit of an incident. He has been spun round. He's lost his left end plate. And Union's actually closed up the gap to JJ a bit. He wasn't too far away anyway, but he's stuck with him this lap as JJ actually takes the cone with him. But Robin does get past Danny in the end. And we see Nico making a place on Frankie as well. Let's just look at the position changes to look at the winners and losers of the skirmish. Euro, the biggest gainer so far. P7. Obviously, the worst ones at the minute are Logan and Sam. Sam's probably going to be the most like lost, as he's got an early wing change. So DRS should have been enabled this lap, I believe. Let's take that off. Yeah, telemetry on. There we go. Let's look at the batteries. So both JG and Union have both burnt quite a lot. We're going to see if we can get a move into turn 9. We can't. That's alright. We've got position changes at the back as well. Oren getting overtaken by Sammy Drake Lee. And yeah, Sam 34 seconds back. So he's got a lot of work to do if he wants to salvage anything from this race, pretty much. We do have a bit of a train going on from P1 all the way down to P7. So a little bit of a DRS train. And if it does stay like this, a bit of a DRS train, technically the ideal strategy to be on would actually be the hards of Frankie. If he can make the one stop work and it stays in the DRS train, it will play out for Frankie towards the end of the race, trust me. Let's have a little look at the battery. 50%, 50%, 50%. Everyone's on 50% battery. Equal opportunity then. But Jaden looks very... Oh, not Jaden, sorry. Robin looks very close to the back of Jaden on this lap. Pulls to the inside to see if the gap's possible. Samuel comes into the pits. 10 seconds time. I think that's him done for the race, yep. So Samuel's retired from the race. Unlucky, I didn't see what happened at the start. I just know he got wing damage. Oh, Robin nearly goes into the back of Jaden. He does actually tap him. We don't want to see much more of that, but rule for the battling. As Robin already picks up a 3-second time penalty, we know he got one warning for possibly getting pushed off by his teammate, who's also right up behind him. Nico doesn't look too far off the back of these Red Bulls as well. If he can get past these, he could actually help out his teammate maybe in some sort of way. I couldn't tell you how, but there's always opportunities that will open up. So yeah, Frankie's sticking with these the medium runners ahead of him, which is definitely good for his race, but Union is closing the gap on JJ. Doesn't go for the dive bomb into the chicane of turns 6 and 7, but that will give him a good exit. With DRS, they've got equal battery, but Jaden's got DRS, and this could be a chance for the lead. It's not, just not close enough yet. This turn position changes off, we don't need them. Logan getting past Oren, and they're going wheel to wheel actually. Wheel to wheel. Oren does hit Logan just a bit, but Logan comes back onto the track. He might have to give that position back, and he does for an illegal move. But Logan's coming straight back at to him in the hotel section. But Oren does keep the place. Nice race in between them. Let's get that off. So yeah, we do have a 7-car train at the minute. And then you've just got Samuel directly, Oren and Logan just dropped a little far back, and drifting as well. Can we see another go for the move? Nothing into the chicane. It's probably not the smartest to overtake straight into the chicane. But Jaden looks a lot closer to the back of JJ this time around at least. And he's got more battery to spend as well. JJ takes the inside line to try and he parks it on the apex, so Jaden's got no way around him. So maybe around the outside didn't work for Union that time, but obviously next time it could. Logan gets overtaken by both Drifting and Oren. Nico and Frankie are having a battle as well. And here we are then. Oh, that's Logan and Drifting. Lovely. Okay. Logan comes into the pits to retire. Yeah, I did expect that. Now, battery-wise, Union suffered a bit more than JJ. He's not going to go for the dive bomb. We've not seen him do it yet. Into the chicane. But these cars are all just following behind. You know, they're just waiting for their time to strike. Robin's got front row seats on this battle at the minute. Oh, he goes off the track there. He's had issues with track limits so far in this race. He's still going to continue. Danny's not close enough to capitalise off it, but he is sliding around. Robin is sliding around a lot. He's got a lot of battery, so we could sort of close the gap up a bit if he needs to cover the mistakes, but them mediums do not look good for him so far. I think Jaden goes a little bit deep into that corner. It's quite hard to tell off board, but JJ's just slightly getting a little gap at the start of the straight, but he just loses it as soon as DRS gets activated. But he is saving his battery up though. He's just keeping his battery in a nice window, so he's just got enough to spend if he needs it. Robin actually looks pretty close to the back of Jaden actually. Goes for a little dummy down the inside, but nothing too threatening. Oh, as Nico is going to get the move on Danny, who spins. He has a little spin, and Nico has an incident, and that is a safety car. That has brought out the safety car. The incident between Danny and Nico. Danny spinning on the exit of turn 9, and then Nico, as a result, hitting him, has brought out the safety car. Very unfortunate for Nico, who's running a good race, up in 5th at the time. But yeah, he's going to box now because he has got front wing damage. The whole field's going to box. Danny with a 3-second time penalty, that will probably get removed, as it is a... well, the warning will get removed, most likely, as it's a glitch. Yeah, they've all come into the pits then. Only one staying out is Drifting. So we're going to see Drifting lead a lap, or lead a few laps actually, of the round 19 Tier 1 Grand Prix. Does he get out in front of JJ? No, he doesn't. And somehow Jaden's lost out in the pits as well. I'm not sure what's happened there, but Jaden's actually lost out to Robin in the pits. Can't have been a slow stop. Did he get overtaken in the pit lane? Because I think you can actually do that under say. I'm not 100%. How's he lost out there? Either way, Drifting falls to the back. Don't know how he's managed that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Drifting, but we don't go. That has definitely confused me. how he's got the jump on him, but he's even creating a bit of a gap to him as well. I mean, it's close it back up now, but yeah. Incident between Danny and Nico bringing out the safety car. Danny's spinning on this corner here and then taking Nico along with him. Obviously nothing Nico could have done, so that's unfortunate for him. We do see everyone on hards now though, other than Frankie, who, yeah, that safety car would not have worked out for him actually, because he's going to have to two-stop because their mediums will not go to the end. So it's a guaranteed two-stop for Frankie at least. The other drivers, they might have to two-stop as well. As Sam comes into the pits again, he could be going, yeah, hards to the end. That's all I can imagine. Could be smart. We have seen the whole box other than drifting. Did I say the whole box? We have seen the whole field other than drifting box. Little blunder there. Right now we've got P16 in the standings, in second, also on fresh tyres, so they're on an even playing field. But this has definitely confused me how he's got a jump on him. This doesn't really happen in the F1 game at least, because the stops are just so easy. It's just so straightforward, you know, you turn in at the right time, you get the optimal stop. Either way, and maybe you got it before the safety car came out. That does mean Frankie is on medium tyres and he's going to be right behind the 3 on hards. So he's, you know, he's got the he's got a bit of tyre advantage at the start of the stint. We're going to have to watch JJ, see how he pulls off, make sure it's legal and stuff. Safety car's definitely taking its time. He doesn't want to pull away before it's got into the pits because then he will have to slow down again. And he does go now. Nice and clean. Robin just behind. Jaden just behind them. Robin goes very wide at that corner actually. But yeah, as expected, Frankie is right up behind these guys. Sam gets past Drifting. I think Drifting's just having a cruise now. Just get these tyres off, a bit annoying. Now he's going to drain a lot of battery now to try and make the positions up early while he has the tyre advantage. Does take a, you know, wider line into the corner to try and get better exit, but Jaden sort of scuffles the chicane a little bit. And he's not got as much battery to play with as Frankie does. And he's not had a much better exit either. Frankie's going to pull round to the outside of him. Jaden goes off the track. He's going very weirdly into that corner and Frankie's on the outside. Jaden just edges ahead a little bit, but could we see him move? No, we don't. Keeps it clean for now. Knows his chance will come. Robin goes off the track there. This is going to help JJ out because it's not going to allow Jaden and Frankie to close up on him. So that safety car's actually played beautifully for JJ. He's got a bit of a gap now as well, so he'll be comfortable. Jaden won't be comfortable though because he's got the medium runner just behind him, looking for moves at every corner. Euro's just following this battle, as is Danny, as is Nico. Oren's behind, Samuel Drake-Lee's behind as well. Drifting is very behind. Yeah, I think he's given up a little bit. Look at this straight line speed. He hits the meter boards as well. It's a nice exit out of the chicane onto the straight, and he's got a massive straight line speed advantage. Jaden pulls off to the inside. They're going to go wheel to wheel into turn 9. They keep it clean for now. Jaden just gets ahead, but it's not over yet because we could see a little dive bomb into the sector 3. We don't, but we're just going to see how long he'll be able to get, or stay in front, I should say. So Robin actually goes quickest. Uri takes that as well. So Frankie's not actually the fastest guy on track at the minute. Although he's going for moves, to be fair, so that does explain it, but yeah, doesn't really matter. Onto the longest straight of the track. It's not where you see the most overtaking. You see the majority of the overtaking onto the next straight. Now he's not got as much battery to play with this time round. Jaden already pulls off to the inside just to cover it off. It worked for him last time, but JJ's actually been overtaken by Robin for the lead. That's interesting stuff. I didn't see that coming. I didn't think he was close enough, to be honest. Bad news for JJ then, because that means Jaden's now the car behind him, and behind him is Frankie. Can we see these hard tyres go to the end? I mean, they put them on 5 laps ago, lap 8. Still got 14 more to go. 19 on hards. It is a stretch. If they're managing, they could probably do it, but I know some of these drivers are struggling to manage because they're getting overtaken, they're battling. Yeah, now JJ's gonna. Oh, Frankie gets 3-second time penalty. JJ's gonna sit in the DRS of Robin, and that will protect him from Jaden. Frankie almost going to the back of Union there as well. It's a bit of a slide, double slide on the exit. Sam now picks up a 3-second time penalty. Everyone on 3 seconds. No one's done any worse than that yet. Oren taking a unorthodox line out of sector 1. Look at this battery. Uri 80%, Frankie 25%. So I think Frankie's now struggling on these tyres a bit now. You know, they're not as good as they were 5 laps ago, which is obvious. They are mediums, but we'll probably expect to see these two swapping around in a minute. But nothing much at the front's happening yet. I think both these drivers are just waiting for their time, see what happens. JJ's sort of preserving his battery quite a bit. Did Oren make a pit stop? No, he didn't. Okay. Into the chicane. No one's close enough to make a move, but look at this. Uri's gonna get alongside Frankie here, I reckon, into turn 9. Doesn't go for the move exactly, but he's gonna get a better exit, I'd say. Into sector 3. Frankie does cover it off quite nicely. And there was just no room for Uri to dive into. Perfect defending there from the Ferrari. It's not the hardest place to defend, to be fair, in that sector, but yeah, he put his car where it needed to be, and he stayed ahead. Look at this, JJ's already, or I say already, saved his battery all the way up to 90%. So he's definitely comfortable, right? Compared to Robin on 40 and Jaden on 60. So he can sort of storm off when he needs to. Frankie's dropping a bit further back now. Uri is definitely closing the gap to him. And there we go, that's it. JJ does take the lead off Robin. Jaden's dropped back a little bit. Uri and Frankie going wheel to wheel. Frankie goes off the track and dives into the air. Pushes Uri off the track in the process, which allows Danny to come around the outside of all of them. And guess who else is trying to see? Nico. They're going too wide and too wide again. Nico's going to go down the inside, I reckon. No, he doesn't. Danny is the biggest gainer of all that. He made up 2 places in one corner, or in one straight. So we saw all three places then, actually, because Frankie was there as well. We saw Frankie go off the track on the chicane, come back on it by diving over, whack Uri off, and it just created a bit of an effect. So yeah, a lot of position changes on lap 16. Oren now picks up a 3-second time. He's dropped back behind drifting. I think he's boxed now, right? Yeah, he just boxed, so. I don't know if we're going to see any moves this lap round. Anyone really, everyone's a bit too far back. Frankie's a bit close to Nico, but it's just not going to be close enough. Oh, we've seen one. Oren get past drifting. There's Oren. Don't know what that was, but maybe saying thank you, maybe you let him through. I think drifting just wants the 1 point, which is fair enough, you know. Jaden's just dropping a little bit further back each lap till these guys are front. He's now 8 tenths back. It was, you know, a similar gap compared to these two. but with Jaden, but he has dropped a little bit further back. Uri's also fallen off a bit with... Oh, Jaden's dropped out of DRS. I don't know if he's going to get it. He does just get it, but for a split second there, he did drop out of DRS. He'll be alright as long as he can get to the chicane DRS detection point. That will definitely help him in his race. Remember, JJ has to outscore Jaden by 19 points to secure the title this race, but these two are burning quite a lot, to be fair. 13, 20, they are trying to get away. Admittedly, Robin's trying to go for the lead. Sam picks up his second 3-second warning. Yeah, Uri's dropped off a little bit. Maybe damage? I don't see any damage on him, but yeah. So they're all on 11 lap old hards now. Obviously Frankie's going to have to box again. Which is quite interesting. Do they stay to the end? 10 more laps? That is quite a long shot. I would expect to see at least maybe someone like, I don't know, even Uri. He's 1.9 seconds back. He's not got much to lose if he decides to box again. He'll come out P8 anyway. Let's get the tyres back off. Takes up too much screen. Jaden's slowly getting a bit closer to the two in front. And that's it, Robin comes into the pits. He's going for the 2-stop. I keep thinking Jaden's in the Red Bull, because it's what he's normally in. Anyone else come in? Frankie also comes in. He sort of had to, he's on mediums. Robin's going onto the mediums. A bit glitched, but it will be interesting to see what these two do. Jaden has dropped out of DRS now though, so it's not going to look too nice for him. And Danny's just behind him as well. And he's got a lot more battery than him. He will be at threat going into turn 9, I'd say. Even here, could be a move. He's not far enough, he's not that far back. Yeah, 1.8 seconds back. And Danny does get past Jaden in the end. Drifting's now boxed with a 10-second time penalty for speeding. I am interested to see, what does JJ do here? Does he box or does he try and stick it out to the end? Safest is probably 2 box. I don't know if the hards will do 20 laps. So we're going to see it now. JJ stays out. Jaden stays out. Danny stays out. Uri stays out. Nico stays out as well. I don't think it would have been the end of the world if them 2 boxed at the front. Robin's not that far back either. He's, you know, he's going to be about 20 seconds or so. 18, 19 behind. So yeah, obviously he's gaining. Then mediums will be able to go to the end. Question is, will the hards? Not a move there, but there was one for Nico and Uri. I did miss that. Nico does get the move going into turn 9. Yeah, Robin's definitely closing up. You know, the gap was 18-7, it's now 17. So he could still salvage P4, something along the lines of that. Just depends, really, how long the hards go. Not seen anyone else box, which is quite interesting. I thought you would have seen more than one driver box for a fresh set of tyres. Goes fastest, 25.0. Then he goes a little bit wide on that exit, or on the entry I should say. We got a yellow flag for Oren. He has crashed. Uri gets back past Nico. They have closed back up to JJ a little bit. Them tyres going to be screaming at the end. I'm surprised we haven't seen any of them box. Obviously Oren's just come in, but he broke his front wing. Bit of a gap now between Uri and the front three. Obviously, Danny's got the 3-second time penalty, so as long as Union can stay within that, then P2 is not the end of the world, but it's not going to be what he wants going into the final race. I think none of them wants to pit first. That's one thing. Zoran does pick up a 3-second time penalty again. Them tyres look so fucked. Just see so much marks on them and rubble. If the car was completely still, you'd definitely see like the degradation on them, like. Robin now gets past Sam Drake Lee, and he's definitely closing up to these guys ahead. He is on the 2-stop. Their mediums will be pretty dead towards the end, or by the time he reaches them. But, you know, he was 18 seconds behind when I first checked, and he's only 9 seconds off the lead now. Obviously that's 2 seconds a lap needed, as Oren is on full wets. Okay. I mean, we did expect a lot of rain in Abu Dhabi, so I guess the thinking ahead is pretty good. Danny looks very close to the back of JJ here, and he's got a lot more battery to play with as well. We could see a little shuffle for the lead. You know, JJ's obviously trying to burn as much as he can, but Danny has got the opportunity to overtake if he wants. Oren now retires from the session. Strategy didn't work out for him, unfortunately. Could we see a little move into sector 3? No, we don't. Jaden's just watching this from behind, seeing what happens, finding his moment. I thought drifting was driving around in none. Oh, that looks very close to track limits again. I don't think it would have been though. He is definitely pushing. JJ's keeping it in hot lap, trying to save his battery. But Danny's just going to creep up behind him with more battery than JJ. Just needs a good exit, maybe to get on the inside of him. No, it's not going to be close enough this time round on the straight. Yeah, JJ has it covered off pretty nicely. We are seeing moves here though, with Uri and Nico, but they're dropping quite far back now. 5 seconds is the gap, 3 seconds was the gap. So their battle is sort of costing them a little bit, especially compared to Robin, who is closing up on them. You know, he was 9 seconds back on the last lap to the leaders. Now 7.5, he goes off the track again though. So it won't be enough to threaten the lead, but it will be... can be up there. Maybe a P4 at the end for him. Could even be better, you know, 27, 28, 29. I don't know, it's a bit much. 3 laps. Let's get interval up, yeah. Yeah, Robin now does get past Uri. They are will to will into the hairpin actually. But now this just means Robin's going to get the move onto Nico. Maybe not now, but into turn 9 he will get it. But Uri's now going to get past both of them. And they're 3 wide here now. Oh, get off the shitty cameras. Frankie gets another 3-second time penalty. As it stands, Frankie will be out of the battle himself. Oh, and that's front wing damage for Robin. His right end plate is missing after contact with Nico. And Robin's going down the inside of Nico. Keeps it on the track. It's nice racing from the pair, to be fair. Other than the damage, but yeah. Robin does hold back for now. But right now, as it stands, oh, Robin's now getting past him again. He goes very deep into the hairpin. which allowed Nico to get back past him, but Robin's now getting past him again, taking the inside line into turn 6. And that's allowed Uriah to put away a bit. He's going to finish P4. See, Danny's got all of the battery to play with here, but he has got a 3-second time penalty. He will finish on the podium. You know, last lap now. I don't think we're going to see a puncture. But these hard tyres have gone for 20 laps now, so yeah, 20 laps on them hard tyres for everyone. Unfortunate for Frankie, he has now dropped or finished his championship battle. He will finish 3rd in the championship at the most. Or I say that, he just can't win it anymore. As Danny now gets past JJ for the lead. Jaden will be looking at this and being like, I need to get past him as well. He's a good exit out of it. Doesn't really get it though, and doesn't really have the launch either. There's not much else JJ can do. Danny has pulled away. He did buy it this time very nicely, to be fair. I didn't expect it. But the only thing is he has got the 3-second time penalty, so it's not really going to mean much unless Jaden can go for a little move somewhere towards the end of the lap, maybe into the final corner. It is definitely eyeing it up. He's not the furthest away, and he definitely could if he wants to. And he does try and send it down the inside a little bit, but it just wasn't close enough for the move. JJ will finish as the leader. Obviously Danny won on track, but he's got a 3-second time penalty. But yeah, it's going to be JJ followed by Jaden, and then Danny just behind. Obviously Uri is there as well in P4. Solid race for him. He started down in like 10th. Yeah, that was basically your front row. Robin had some damage, so he fell back. Otherwise, he probably would have finished 4th. But yeah, that's it. Frankie is now out of the championship. Assuming it stays like this, the results. Obviously, we don't know how Danny got his time penalty, but that does mean JJ will be 7. He will be 13 points clear of Jaden for the final race, which is quite a lot. 13 points for one race. It's a lot of ground to make up. But yeah, it's just how it goes sometimes. Drifting's having the time of his life. Goes around the final corner to do a donut. We love it. Robin's now left. Sam's left. Yeah, no, that'll be it. So that was round 19 for Tier 1 Season 12. I'm just going to run through the race director real quick, just in case someone needs it. Obviously, JJ has taken the win ahead of Jaden and Danny. So congratulations to all of them. Just going to get the race director. There's that done. I do actually want to look at. Oh, I can't look at his incidents. Oh yes, we can. Warning, invalidated lap time, penalty warning. See, that was going into the pit, so that's the only thing. Didn't get anything after that, so that will probably get looked at if he sends it in, because he got that going into the pit lane, and there is definitely a glitch there. So who knows? It could be Danny taking the win ahead of JJ and then Jaden. But yeah, that was your round 19, Tier 1, season 12. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.